want to ask you, Dorinda, what's it like to be young and from Ghana and living in Ghana?
Yeah. Yeah, Ghana, first of all, Ghana is a lovely country and a place to be. And when we were young, we used to have this jokes like before we go to bed, it's like a bedtime story, but we have it outside or sometimes on the park, whereby we go helter-skelter, we're looking for the others, like you kind of chasing them, and one will hide, it's kind of hide and seek. But one thing I love...
Poor network.
It's okay.
Okay.
But one thing I love about Ghana is that when we were young, before we go to school, like we were living with so many people in the area, in our neighborhood, like from different homes, different backgrounds. We have the Muslims who are staying beside us. We have the Western, Eastern, but we didn't care though. We were just like family. And I have this particular guy in my home. It's like a brother from a different mother, and we hold each other when we're going to school. Before he started school, before I did, and I saw him going to school, and I was like, no, Mom, I want to go to school. I want to go to school. He just inspired me so much.
Is he older than you?
Yeah, he's older than me.
Okay.
And with some few months, and I used to cry when I see him going to school, so it inspired me, and I also started schooling the following 2 days when he started. So we were in the same class, and when we close from school, we go to people's houses and farmyard. We go pluck corn and other stuff, and we are being chased, and we just run, make fun of them, and that was... So before we get back home, we sometimes don't do our homework, our school assignment, and when we get to the class and we are about to start, our teachers are like, you guys go home, you do nothing, and you come back to school and you want to have your class homework, you want to have your assignment done in class, and we are always being punished. Though we are sometimes naughty, but we are lovable as well. And well, I came from a Christian home whereby we are 5 in a family. I'm the third born, and my backbones are twins. My elder brother, my sister, and I are twins. That's a girl and a boy. And
so you're a twin?
No, I'm not a twin.
Oh, okay.
I'm the middle born. I'm the third born.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are always like, before we go to church, our mom taught us how to pray, and the prayer we normally use is Psalm 23, because we didn't know much about the Bible, but with Psalm 23 we are able to recite it, and we go to church. When we get home and any of our colleagues is sick, they used to call me a prophetess when I was little, because I used to pray for people when they are sick, and I sing at church. I love music, and when before we go to church too, we don't take any food. We were taught in such a way that when we go into Sunday school, we don't take anything. We don't take meal. It's like kind of fasting. We wanted to grow with it. So when we come back from church at 9, before we take our meal, and I love it so much. It's great to be a kid. Yeah. I love my...
Well, Dorinda, at 24, you're not that far from being a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm almost grown now.
Almost grown?
Yeah.
Well, some people say at 24 you are grown. But let me ask you this. So then did you grow up in a village and then move to Accra, or you grew up in Accra?
Yeah. Actually, I'm from Accra, Greater Accra region. And I was born here in Accra. I've never stayed outside Accra before. It was only just 2011, whereby my brother was transferred to Volta region, and I had to go and help him with his house chores because he was kind of busy for work. So I did some of the house chores for him before he gets back, because he's not married too. Yeah, but I was born and bred in Accra.
And did you go all the way through high school?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I didn't get the chance to go to crèche, but I started in the kindergarten, and I went to high school, Accra High Secondary School. It resided in Accra, Ridge, and afterwards I worked a little because I wanted to have the experience. And my dad was like, "No, if you start working at this age, you love money, so I don't want you to work." But I actually grew up with my grandparents at Awoshi Bintu, and yeah, I grew up with them, and I never had the opportunity to stay all that long with my parents. And I went to high school, like I said, and afterwards I worked for some months before I went to the institute, the Armed Forces Training Institution, and I studied the NVTI grade 1 and
What does that mean?
the institute.
But you studied what there?
Catering. It's a catering institute.
Catering.
Yeah, catering
Oh, okay.
institute.
Catering.
So I had the opportunity to study with the military. My father is actually a military man, but he's retired now. And my mom was a waitress by then. So I had the chance to study with the military, and I furthered it in the next year. That was my grade 1 and 2. So yeah, I did my attachment with a hotel called Alita, and afterwards I came back. I worked a little bit. I did. I was a personal cook for one lawyer, with Lawyer Kujo, and a businessman who is owning a pharmacy shop at East Legon. And I came back. It got to a time that things went so wrong, so I had to be at home like for almost 3 years, and I had a chance to work with one media man called Mr. Bruce. He was very, very kind. He was generous. I really loved this man, but it got to a point that his business was kind of shaking, so he had to travel outside, left everything in my care, and he never came back. So I decided to go look for another job. I brought my CV here to Bojo. They didn't call me till like almost 4 months, and they called me, and now I'm working with Bojo. I love to work with Bojo. It's fun here because I'm surrounded with so many people with so much of love. I have my GM, he's very generous. My friends, Aben, Richard, so many of them who are very nice and kind to me, and I really love them. And I had the chance to meet Reverend Hood, and there was a time before they arrived, a man came to leave letter for him, and I was like, oh God, before these people arrive, I want to be able to identify who is the reverend among them. So I helped packing their